assignment 2. There's 2 pages. Doesn't look like much. Don't be complacent. Just because there's only 2 pages doesn't mean there's not a lot of work to do. In this assignment here, we have to create a new drawing. We have to use that metric template again. So exactly what we did in assignment 1 to create the DWG called topo, we're going to do that again to create the base plane. Okay, so we're going to do all of our design work in a different DWG called base. And then we'll interact, the 2 drawings will kind of interact with each other. We'll learn about X references, we'll learn about surface references, and so on. Okay? There's a bunch of layers here. Some of this stuff you have to create. Some of it's already in the drawing. I think it might be. If it says create and they're already in the drawing, right, by these layer names, then use them. If they're not there, you have to create them. I forget whether I included them or not this year. Sometimes I leave them in, sometimes I don't. You'll get some layers for free from the insertion that you perform. Okay, so you'll see some of that when you look at it. These are existing layers. And these T-dash layers are actually, we're going to insert them. Okay, so we want to actually see that, if I ask you to insert the DXF, I'm sorry, these layers you're going to get through the X reference. Okay, so we'll talk more about that there. And here's everything you want to do, right? There's a bullet list of all the stuff we need to do. We're not going to get to page 2 today, okay? And then the general requirements for the drafting is here, and we'll talk about that later. Today I just want to talk about this bullet point 1, okay? If you took CRX and you drew a plan profile before, then this will be very, very familiar, okay? I want you to draw the center line of the road. I want you to draw the edge of pavement. I want you to draw the back of curb, the sidewalk, the storm and sanitary sewer layout. I want you to draw the maintenance holes in the pipes. I'll explain where they go. I want you to draw just the center line of the water main, very basic, okay? I don't care about hydrants or valve chambers or bends or T's or anything like that. I just want to draw the center line of the pipe, and that's all we're going to do with the water main, okay? This entire exercise, this drafting, it's a design exercise, but really what you're doing is drawing everything where it needs to go based on the standards, okay? So we'll talk about how to draw all this stuff. This first bullet should be your homework. If you can get this done for tomorrow, you'll be in good shape, okay? But I'll show you an example. I'll do a little bit of a demo about all this stuff. But we need to get started, so we have to follow this thing here, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate this, and then I'll give you an opportunity to do it in class, just like we did with the topo file. All right, any questions so far? I'm going to get ready to start. So please download those files from the course documents or from assignments, Module 2 and Assignment 2. Put them in that directory under Downloads, and you should have everything you need going forward. And lastly, find out what site you were assigned. Okay, so here's how we're going to start. We're going to go, and again, I use the pull-down menus, so I'm going to go File, New. When you do that, it takes you to these templates. These are right out of the box, AutoCAD provided. We're not going to use these. We're going to use the one that I gave you last time. So you have to go to Module 1 for this one. So you go to your desktop under the course code, under Downloads, and you want to go to, not Module 2, there's nothing there. You got to go back. We're going to use the same metric template that we used for the first assignment. Okay, so make sure you use the metric template. So you have it from before, Module 1. Open it. It creates a drawing. The drawing name, it starts indexing it. Drawing 2. Check your DD units. Always check your DD units. Make sure it's in meters. Very good. And then, I'm not doing anything. File, save as. Put it in the same directory as your topo, but this one's going to be called base. B-A-S-E. So now you should have 2 drawings. Okay, and there's nothing in it. There's just a bunch of settings. To double check, make sure that you use that template. If you go to settings, if you go to surface, if you go to surface style, there should only be 2. If you have more than 2, if you have a long list, then you use the wrong template, and that's going to cause you grief for the rest of the semester. Okay, so please make sure you use that template that I provided, the one you downloaded from Module 1. Okay, most of you did that with me. Okay, so that's how you create the new drawing, and that's it. For this course, we're only going to have 2 drawings. We're going to have a base and a topo. And most of the work you're going to do going forward is going to happen in this base drawing now. Okay, for the rest of the assignments, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so take a few moments to create this drawing and save it in the appropriate place. Again, please follow put it on your desktop, put it in the course code, put it on the downloads folder, and start to organize yourself this way. If you use the same directory standard structure that I'm using, then if you have any problems, I can help you. I know where things are supposed to be, and it's easy to find them. If you use your own filing system, we're just going to waste time. I'll have a hard time helping you, and I'll have a hard time getting to other students, okay? So it's good practice for yourself, and it's a respectful practice for everybody else. And the reality is when you go to your first job or you go to a company, they're going to have a standard they want you to follow. So this is the standard that I want. This is how I want you to store the information. Okay, so take a few moments to do that, and make sure you create this drawing. Okay, so if you look across the top, the drawing name should be there, and so on. All right.